travel at the moment is we travel like a DJ with airplanes, but we actually have the equipment of a real band that should rather take a tour bus. So we're somewhere in between.
There's a big difference between traveling as a DJ and traveling as a live performer, live band in the DJ world. We need to have a stage, point A. Point B is, as a band, we need to have a sound check. And C, we're traveling now with a record case with, I don't know, 20, 30 kilo. All in all, we have more than 200 kilo of equipment traveling with us.
I could say now that it's a lot of work and a lot of communication, and of course it is, but Booka is somehow, I don't know, it was very easy to book them. We got just big, nice responses of their productions and of the music, and the people love the music and they have a lot of fans.
It's not so easy to answer what we like more, the live playing or the studio work, but I like both sides. I like really the isolation, in a studio surrounding, and really just me and the studio equipment and the instruments. On the other hand, I like the live playing, to be really going out and standing on stage and try to give a good show.
Do you feel that techno is pretty much an international language?
What do you think about playing? You normally play festivals.
Hey, and what can we expect of you guys tonight on stage?
What about you guys? How do you work in the studio?
I think Arno is a little bit more in this live thing because he really is the first lead drummer of the world, so he likes standing on stage and really present that.
Walter is more the introverted computer keyboard guy. Arno is the rock and roller. They found a perfect way to share their work.
Of course, it's really important that we are a live band and that we have the possibility to check our songs live. So if people like it or not, or if it works for us on stage or not. Normally we have a combination of this studio work and the live playing. So of course the live playing is a big influence for the studio work.
What I find really good about the touring is, well, first of all, you see many interesting places. Most of the time you only see the airport and the club, but sometimes you also, and the lobby, but sometimes you really see interesting places. The good thing about it really is you meet those people and you see those people that listen to your music, and they give you instant feedback.
You have these brave kids at big clubs like Fabric in London that go nuts till like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning listening to it. Then you can go to, you know, a party where bankers are, or guys that work in the city, and you know they'll Mandarin Girl or White Rooms or Body Language comes on and they start giving each other high fives.
The Movements tour started in May 2006, and if I look at photos from that time and like the video from now, you can easily see that there is a development within these 20 months that the tour took, and throughout all these shows, the you know, more than 160 shows. From the very beginning on, we also had visuals. You know, we have this guy Fubi Karlsson. He's a Swedish visual artist, and from day one he was involved, and he produced all these backing videos or backing visuals. It changed over the time. At first we only had real DV film running all the way through the show as one long film, but it turned out for the next tour that we had to do it differently because we wanted to change the set list more often and be more variable with what we do. So we came up with a different setup.
When we started out with Booka, we had a very static video setup, and their increasing demands also put increasing demands on the video, and not only what it looked like, but how it could be transported and how it could be used. So we programmed a tool that would basically do the job of a DJ on its own and be very portable. So they have a laptop which gets signals from various things on the stage and sends that back out to video and to lights.
It's not that we produced one show and we played this show throughout the whole time. We changed the set list basically every couple of weeks. First of all, we have to keep the show interesting for ourselves because it's, I find it very difficult to play the same show for over the course of many months. On the other hand, we both like this element of, you know, surprise and always, you know, something new, and okay, we never played this song before, so it's really exciting now. Let's see how it goes. This is really important to have, we believe.
They have a really strong knowledge about the whole business. I think we're working together for around about 25 years now. They are involved in the whole process. You know, they are producers, they are songwriters. They are thinking about ideas for video clips. They are thinking about marketing. They are thinking about promotion. I think that's a really special thing about or behind Walter and Arno.
Drumsticks, 5A. What would be I'm actually looking for a specific kind of drumstick. I bought them at the Guitar Center. I'm not from Canada or America. One more! One more! One more! One more!
When we were young and we started with this first band in school, at that time already we had this vision of you know, creating music and presenting our music on a big stage to loads of people, you know, the dreams that kids have. Now it seems to be a little bit like, you know, coming full circle, and we now do the things that we wanted to do when we were really young kids. So every now and then when we stand on the stage and really something really fantastic happens and the audience goes really wild, we look at each other and we say, you know, that's why we do it.
I sometimes feel like if you don't like them, you don't like music. And I think if you're into hip hop, if you're into house music, I mean, you could just look at electronic music in general. It's so fragmented. You have house, drum and bass, electro house, hip hop, minimal techno. I mean, everybody likes Booka.
The whole thing that they're doing on stage is so physical. They're getting physical. They're dancing, they're sweating on stage, they're playing keys, Arno's playing drums, he's jumping, he's dancing. And that's why we need a lot of light on stage. It's not a dark techno club feeling. I wouldn't call it techno anymore what Arno Waters doing. It's a very unique thing.
The good thing also about the music that we do is we have very little lyrics that you have to understand. So people just listen to the music. They don't have to follow the lyrics, or they don't have to think about what the lyrics might mean. It's just the music speaks for itself. And they don't have to learn any lyrics. What they do is they sing along with the bass lines, for example. That's really amazing. That's really stunning every night when they sing along with the bass line of Body Language, for example, or they sing hook lines, sequences. I haven't seen that anywhere else.
They're an electronic artist. They're not, relegated to the dance floor necessarily. I think the music touches it touches people beyond that,
For me, the most important thing is the sound, because the sound is also very special, and especially for Booka, the sound is something like an image, because if you go to a club and you wherever you are, you will listen to a Booka track for sure.
There is not really a plan when we're going to a studio. When I'm sitting there and try some things, it can be that I'm just starting with a chord sequence, or I just start with a melody and then I build the groove around that melody. We are not thinking so much about hits or will it work on the dance floor, because in the end we have to like it, and if other people like it as well, then we are happy.
When we did the first tour with Memento, the venues were relatively small because nobody knew us, and we first had to find a way how we do everything, how we play actually. So that was a good first stepping stone. On the Movements tour, especially with the success of Body Language and Mandarin Girl, there was more interest, more people came to see the show, venues became bigger, and also we played the first festival summers ever in 2006 and 2007 especially.
It started as a real live act for electronic music, which fits into the electronic music clubs. And now, after like 2 years, it's like becoming more and more like a band. That's why they're maybe also booked now in festivals which are more like, the lineup is more crossover with like bands like Red Hot Chili Peppers or people like that.
You weren't very pleased when Depeche Mode asked you to play before them. Why not? I mean, come on, it's Depeche Mode, man, come on.
Because we're great fans. It's the band of our youth, of our life. They did the soundtrack for our life, basically. So if you're then asked by your idols, and if you're a real fan, I didn't feel so comfortable. But in the end, of course, we said, yes, we have to do it. And it was very exciting, very nerve-wracking, but great fun as well. And the people reacted really, really well. There was a La Ola wave at the end of the show, so people got into it really good.
To be honest, I like the big stages more than the small clubs. There's just one reason for it. I like the big events. I always like these big shows from Depeche Mode, from U2, and I dream about that, so that we have perhaps something like that in a few years, hopefully.
There is this difference between the club shows and the festival shows, especially when it's relatively intimate clubs. You're very close to the audience, which is great because you can see really everybody around you. Festivals are great because you can reach so many people, and we had the feeling that Also the bigger festivals, especially the Booka Pop Festival, was so intimate.
This was a moment I will never forget. It was like that's what we're doing it all, you know. There were like, in the tent itself, there were like 8,000 people. Outside of the tent, watching the show on the screen, were like, again, another 4,000 people.
You know the song, you know the game. Let's see you.
These people were going crazy. Arno was crying on stage, you know. He's got tears in his eyes. And when I see this whole development of the Booka Shade show and how much energy we all together put in it to make it happen, and you know, I think that the main reason why Booka Shade are so successful, I think that it's that these are two artists on stage and the whole crowd is feeling they're unique, they're honest, and they have fun, and they're positive.
They're pop music. I think it's they're important electronic music. There's not a lot of electronic artists that make albums or that have a body of work. You know, they're usually these standalone dance hits that kind of move on through the world and one-hit wonders. And the Booka Shade's more than that. They make albums. They have a huge body of work, and they have all these sounds that come through, and it's like it's very techno, it's electro, it's cinematic, it's emotional. Yeah, I don't know. It's important. I think it's important music.
Thank you very much. See you next year. Bye bye.